The Gaspee Affair, a documentary created by Angelina Kerner, James Farias, and Aleda McQuaid. The Gaspee Affair was an event that helped lead up to the Revolutionary War. It took place in 1772 in Rhode Island. This event increased tensions and helped colonists make the decision to become independent from Great Britain. This decision to become independent led to the Revolutionary War.
Continued taxation without representation pushed Rhode Island patriots to the brink, causing them to form a revolt in the form of burning the Gaspee. This helped lead to the Revolutionary War.
On June 29, 1767, the Townshend Acts were passed. The Townshend Acts added taxes to things such as glass, lead, paper, and paint. This added to the already rising tension.
13 years after the Townshend Acts were passed, the Boston Massacre happened on March 5, 1770. In Boston, Massachusetts, a fight broke out between Massachusetts patriots and redcoats. Rhode Island colonists traded goods throughout the Atlantic. However, in 1772, a British ship called the Gaspee was sent to monitor trade.
The captain of the Gaspee was William Duddingston. He was supposed to dock in Narragansett Bay in January 1772.
The purpose of the Gaspee was to catch colonists who might be smuggling in goods. Captain Duddingston enforced that merchants paid their taxes on goods.
Many merchant ships were stopped, which infuriated the merchants. At times, Captain Duddingston even fired at other ships. These actions were all in an attempt to enforce taxes. However, these actions only increased tensions between Rhode Island colonists and the British. On June 9, 1772, a cargo ship called the Hannah, which was owned by John Brown, convinced the Gaspee to pursue it. The Gaspee began to pursue the Hannah up Providence Bay. When Captain Duddingston ordered it to stop, the Hannah still continued north towards Providence. However, at Namaquit Point there was a sandbar. When the Hannah reached the sandbar at Namaquit Point, it was able to easily avoid it. However, the Gaspee was unaware of the sandbar and sailed into it. The Gaspee was then beached on the sandbar for several hours. The Gaspee was beached for several hours. Later on June 9th, John Brown got some other local colonists to participate with him in raiding the Gaspee. The Patriots shot Captain Duddingston, got rid of the crew that were on the Gaspee, and finally they burned the ship. The ship was set ablaze by a gunshot, which ignited the gunpowder within.
This was a bold attack. None of the patriots who were involved in the Gaspee Affair attempted to hide their identity.
This allowed the crew of the Gaspee to easily identify the colonists that participated in burning the Gaspee. Despite the fact that the Gaspee's crew could easily identify the colonists that participated in burning the Gaspee, this did them little good because when they presented this to Rhode Island courts, instead of pressing charges against the colonists, they pressed charges against Captain Duddingston for illegally seizing goods. When news of this reached Parliament, they were outraged. They sent a special commission to apprehend the colonists that had participated in the Gaspee Affair and take them back to England for trial. Even though their identities were widely known, no arrests were ever made. When British officials attempted to arrest the colonists involved in the Gaspee Affair, they could find no other colonists willing to testify against them. This only increased the tension between the British and the Americans.
A year after the burning of the Gaspee, events such as the Boston Tea Party in 1773 and the Tea Act also in 1773 happened. These are events that all contributed towards the Revolutionary War.
The Tea Act was an act passed by British Parliament in an attempt to gain money and save the East India Company. The East India Company sold tea and was a rather large part of British income and economy. However, colonists disliked this act and boycotted the tea by avoiding buying it or even making their own. Later on December 16, 1773, after the Tea Act was passed, the Boston Tea Party took place. The Boston Tea Party was an event where local patriots raided an East India cargo ship loaded with tea and threw the tea overboard in a form of protest. As a result of the Boston Tea Party, British soldiers were sent to occupy Boston. Once again, this action further angered the colonists. Other colonies worried that they might be next and the British may occupy them. All these events and rising tensions eventually led to the Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War was an event where colonists finally had enough and decided to finally declare independence against Great Britain. Today, modern-day celebrations of the burning of the Gaspee are held. This celebration is called Gaspee Days. During this time, parades, races, arts and crafts, music, fireworks, and parties are held.